All right. Hey guys. This is all about growing and scaling your music education business. And this is specifically for the group coaching for the Musicolor licensees. So let's talk about the stages of the growth. Now, as a music teacher, you usually start off as an employee somewhere. And in this situation, you know that you're working for somebody else, so that your flexibility is rather limited. You have to abide by the scheduling and the rules, and the your payment is also limited, as you kind of have a ceiling based on your salary or your hourly wage. Moving up from an employee, you move to a solopreneur. And this is a lot more flexible than being an employee, because you can schedule your own hours. You can also charge what you want to charge. And your clients actually become a bit like your employer, though, right? So you're still working for someone, and you are basically trading your hours for dollars, right? So you don't have a lot of leverage here because it's just you. Maybe you can use some outsourced administrative support once in a while, or maybe use some automated tools. But once you move up and start getting more team members, those team members can be internal or external. They could be like vendors, independent contractors, other teachers, people who are like your designer, maybe your web designer, things like that, right? Then you're starting to leverage other people to help build your business. The next stage is where you become the business operator. And this is where you really start to have more people doing other things. And you're still involved with the business, but there's greater leverage. You have more support, right? At this level, the solopreneur, it's just you, and you run out of time in the day. This happened to me when I had about close to 40 students, and I just could not take any more. And I was basically maxed out and also burning out. I was extremely exhausted, and I couldn't think about anything other than lesson planning and keeping in touch with the students, that kind of thing, planning recitals. There was no time to think about building the business until I started bringing in more people and becoming a business operator, right? So I'm still involved with the business, but I have a lot of other people helping me, right? And then the next stage is the business owner. And the difference between the business operator and the business owner is that the business operator still has to be involved. Without the business operator, it would grind to a halt. The business owner can actually walk away for a month and still have the business growing without them. And that's a pretty powerful place to be. And that, of course, requires teams, other people, automation, systems. And you can see that there's a growing exponential curve of growing. Well, I should have been a curved line if it was exponential. But you can see we're getting greater results, but we're getting more complexity and more systems in place. And as I said, the business operator is like still driving the bus, right? If they stop driving, everything stops. Whereas the business owner is still making money and still able to grow without them being involved on a day-to-day basis. Now, the trick to get from one level to the other is using systems, automation, processes, team members. This has to all be documented, and it has to be put into place in a way that it flows smoothly, right? If you don't have a good way of onboarding new students, that you don't have to like explain it every time. You slow down, right? It becomes a bottleneck. If you have ways of like automating the registration process through a form on your website, and billing, if you have a way of billing and invoicing automatically every month, so you don't have to be thinking about that and doing that yourself, it allows you to move out of this solopreneur into business operator, and then eventually the business owner. Okay, now another way to think about this that I thought that was pretty clever. One of my mentors, Todd, told me this. It was like to think of the business operator as like it's like you have a pet, right? A cat or something. The cat, the difference between having a pet and a child, right? The child is the business owner, is that the pet will never ever be fully independent. You still have to be coming home to feed your cat or your dog, taking on walks, getting someone to pet sit them. It'll never ever be able to just take the wheels and go, right? A child, if you've done a good job raising your child as a parent, you want them to become independent and flying on their own, leaving for college, leaving for their own apartment, their own job, their own life. All right. And that's what the difference is. And I thought that was an easy way to think about those, the distinctions there. Now, you can see that being any one of these is not right for everybody, right? Some people do not want to be anything other than an employee. They just want to do their job and go home and then watch their TV or do their thing or spend time with their family. And they don't want to have to think about building a business, marketing, all that kind of stuff, right? And a solopreneur, some people, I was very fine with that for a long time. I thought, hey, this is the perfect part-time little side gig while I work on composing music, right? And then I said, I want to scale, but I can't scale just by myself. So I got to get to this level here. So now I'm a business operator with my school. I have many people teaching in my school using my curriculum, my philosophy, my methods, my systems. And I still teach, but I don't teach that many anymore, right? Eventually I want to get to be able to walk away for a month or so and have other people taking care of the whole business. And that's when I would then become a business owner. I think this is a great way of thinking about the whole journey. And as you go forward in the rest of the curriculum here, you can start to see where everything slots in. So this is like the big picture, like a roadmap. And I hope this is helpful. And I'll see you in the next video.